As we have seen in the promotional material for the upcoming game Pokemon Legends ZA, Lumiose City is currently undergoing an ambitious urban redevelopment plan led by Quazartico Inc. under the direction of its CEO, Jet, who aims to transform the metropolis into a space where humans and Pokemon can coexist harmoniously. This initiative emphasizes integrating natural ecosystems within the urban landscape, creating environments where Pokemon can thrive alongside human activity. The trailers for this game suggest that this transformation may extend to the city's internal biodiversity, with wild Pokemon now seen in closer proximity to populated areas. A major overhaul of the ecosystem balance observed in Kalos during the events of Pokemon X and Y. Interestingly, recent footage has shown the presence of alpha Pokemon within Lumiose City itself. While previously these powerful individuals were thought to exist exclusively in the wild once in the lands of Hisui, their apparent re-emergence in a structured urban ecosystem raises ecological and evolutionary questions. Whether their presence represents a natural adaptation, a form of reintroduction, or a result of Quazartico's redevelopment strategies remains unclear. Alpha Pokemon were first documented in the Hisui region, a time long predating the modern Pokédex era by approximately 200 years. These Pokemon exhibited exceptional strength, heightened aggression, and notable size differences compared to their standard counterparts. Their emergence was thought to be influenced by environmental pressures and regional instability, conditions that fostered dominance behaviors and selective adaptation. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, alpha Pokemon played a crucial ecological role, acting as apex predators and stabilizing forces within Hisui's relatively untamed environments outside of the warden Pokemon we encountered. The appearance of alpha Pokemon within Lumiose City marks a worrying ecological and temporal shift. It remains uncertain whether these individuals represent descendants of ancient alpha lineages that have persisted and evolved across generations, or whether human intervention and reintroduction efforts under Quazartico's redevelopment may have influenced their resurgence. Regardless, this transition from wild to urban habitat suggests an ongoing process of ecological adaptation, one that challenges traditional boundaries between civilization and wilderness. Preliminary observations within Lumiose City's newly defined wild zones indicate the establishment of a semi-integrated urban ecosystem. These areas, marked by the glowing red and green gates, are characterized by a greater density and diversity of Pokemon, suggesting a deliberate attempt to rewild portions of the metropolis under Quazartico's redevelopment plan. However, what distinguishes these zones most notably is the presence of alpha Pokemon, a phenomenon previously unseen in metropolitan environments. Behavioral patterns recorded thus far imply that alpha Pokemon within Lumiose exhibit similar hostility toward human activity compared to the Hisuian ancestors at certain times throughout the trailer. This behavioral shift could be a result of environmental conditioning or selective breeding initiatives, though neither has been officially confirmed. Their tolerance of human proximity may represent the earliest stage of an adaptive equilibrium between apex-level Pokemon and dense human populations. Despite this apparent coexistence, potential risks remain evident. The energy output and territorial instincts associated with alpha species pose challenges to containment and public safety, particularly given Lumiose's dense infrastructure and continuous pedestrian traffic. It is plausible that Quazartico has urban monitoring systems in place, perhaps through automated surveillance or partnered Pokemon teams, like us, the main character, and Team MZ, to serve as a regulatory mechanism, mitigating direct conflict while maintaining the illusion of harmony. In ecological terms, Lumiose City may now function as a hybrid biome, where engineered cohabitation replaces natural separation. If sustained, this experiment could redefine the role of Pokemon within human settlements, though whether it results in genuine coexistence or a precarious balance of control remains to be seen. While Quazartico Inc.'s redevelopment initiative may mark a turning point in human-Pokemon relations, the introduction or reemergence of alpha Pokemon within Lumiose City raises complex questions about coexistence, control, and long-term sustainability. Current observations suggest a fragile equilibrium, one dependent on consistent monitoring and ongoing research. The boundaries between civilization and wilderness have become increasingly blurred, transforming Lumiose into a living experiment in urban ecology. Further study is essential before determining whether alpha Pokemon can permanently adapt to urban environments without posing a threat to human activity. The city's current containment and behavioral conditioning measures, if they exist, remain opaque to the public. Until comprehensive data is available, residents and visiting trainers are advised to exercise caution, particularly within the designated wild zones where alpha sightings are most prevalent. And on a more personal note, while the pursuit of coexistence is admirable, the evidence remains inconclusive. So if you find yourself exploring the streets of Lumiose in the coming days, stay vigilant, and maybe keep a few extra Pokeballs on hand, as no known method of repelling hostile alpha Pokemon have yet to be discovered as of the writing of this report.